Hey guys, it's me, Kimberly. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Whether you're new or you're just coming back for more, I appreciate it, so thank you. If you're new though, you should go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Maybe hit the little bell thing since YouTube's being weird like Instagram was. So today I'm doing a very requested video. It is how I curl my hair tutorial, and I'm using a curling wand. So this is how I have my hair in a lot of my videos because it's really easy, it's really quick. Well, it took about an hour to film this, but when I'm not filming it's a lot easier, and I'm normally in my bathroom, which makes it even easier because I'm standing up and can move all the ways. But with the camera and the lights and everything, I needed to be down here on my vanity. So this is what we're doing today. For the majority of the video I do brighten the lights as well as the exposure on the camera so you can actually see my hair, just because I found that it was my hair was kind of dark and you couldn't really see what I was doing with it. Sorry, my dog's barking. I'm almost done, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up. But you couldn't really see what I was doing, so I had to kind of make it so my face looks overly bright, but it's a hair tutorial anyway. Maybe next time I do a hair tutorial I'll set up other lights back here and figure another setup maybe. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, let's go ahead and get right on into it. So I like to let my hair air dry almost all the way, but I can't let it fully air dry or it just gets poofy. So first thing before we even get started on anything else is heat protectant. This is the Tresemme heat tamer. It looks like this. It works really well, it really protects your hair from getting burned, and you want to put this on before you start anything else. Anything that requires heat. And I'm also going to take my ring off because if I get any spray or stuff in it, it's going to get dirty and it's going to need cleaning, so just that. And protect your face because any hair product stuff is bad for your skin. Then I like to make sure it gets all the way through. Because my hair's short, I kind of like have to hold it, but if you had long hair you could probably just like spray it all the way down, but mine would just fall back into place. I just brought my entire caddy full of hair stuff down to the basement, so sorry about the background. It's kind of hard to film in my bathroom, which is where I normally do my hair. I've tried it a few times, but it's just the height of the counter with the height of the tripod, it makes it really hard to figure out a good setup, and then the lighting in there is terrible. You guys probably have seen from like the skincare video. I'm just making sure I got that heat protectant all the way through. But down here I get the light from the mirror, I get my chair. I don't normally sit down while I do my hair, so it's kind of like a nice little reprieve. And I just use my blow dry on high because my hair does not like to blow dry. Even short, if I were to try and blow dry it while it was like actually wet and not just damp, it would take about an hour. That's just because my hair is so thick and there's so much of it. If you don't have as much hair, you don't need to use it on high, and you can protect yourself from some of that heat. So once I've gone through and it feels dry, sometimes it feels dry but it's actually still a little damp, I just give it some time to cool down a little bit. I don't like the cool shot because then I can't tell, is it just cold or is it what? So I take a little break, brush it out because my hair tangles very easily, even this short. I don't know if you're wondering why my brush is weird and has a hole in the middle of it. Let's see if it'll adjust to that. It's probably a little too. So this is my brush, and it is kind of like curved and it has a hole in the center, and it is by Eco Tools. But this hole is actually supposed to help your hair air dry without getting frizzy while you brush it. So it's really nice. Helps me protect from a little bit of the heat, because I do like to heat style my hair and color it and all the things that damage your hair. So it's nice to have just like one thing that isn't damaging it. Okay, and it actually feels like it is completely dry, so good thing I didn't keep blow drying. Would have been damaging it for nothing. And in case you're wondering what blow dryer I'm using, it is the Hot Tools Turbo Ceramics. So it's just black, and then it has like this almost hollow kind of coloring on this. So just super cute. Has the cool shot, the different temperatures, and the, you know, speed. So it's really nice. But it's not like some super expensive blow dryer either. So I think it's really nice. It's a really great quality. It also came with all these different diffusers. I think this is for curly hair, so now that my wife's hair is short, I don't even think we need that. And then I use this when I'm trying to get straight hair while I blow dry. And then we've also got the one with the comb on it. And it all came with it, which I think is really great because it actually was pretty affordable. And our other one was just so old, and it was just like starting to not work. So I curl my hair with a curling wand. I'm probably going to put that in the title just in case anyone was looking for curling wand specifics or curling clip, because I don't use the one with the clip. So the one that I have is the Numi or Noom, really still not sure, and it's the 3-in-1. So you have the base, and it has the readout there, the up and down buttons, and then the power. And then I have, again, 3-in-1, so I have 3 different barrel sizes that I can swap in and out to get different types of curls. So because my hair is short, I can no longer use this one. This is my favorite barrel. I am growing my hair out, but this creates like super big curls, and it makes it easier to get like those carefree beach waves, or beach curls, I should say. This is great if you're trying to get like super tight spiral curls because it is so small, but again, not what I'm trying to do today. So I'm using the middle one because it's the biggest I can use on this hair length. And it just clips right in. Plug that in. This, I think, is a super great set, and it's obviously a great brand. I'm going to turn it on before I start talking. So just press and hold, then press and hold the up button, and it'll switch to Fahrenheit, which is great. I'm just saying this because I didn't know that. Nobody had told me. It wasn't on the packaging, it wasn't in the little manual thing, it wasn't anywhere that you could change it to Fahrenheit, which I think is because I'm American. I use Fahrenheit and I can never tell what Celsius is. So that's just gonna heat up real quick. I think this is a great curling wand. It's the great brand and everything, but it is super pricey. So I suggest looking for a sale, or some YouTubers have codes for it. That's what I used. I went during a sale that they were having, and then also put in a YouTuber code. It was still pricey, but it works great. And before that I was just curling my hair with a straightener. And sometimes I still use my straightener to not straighten my hair. If you want to know a tutorial on that, leave a comment down below. But this is just a really great curling wand, so if you're looking for recommendations, this is the one I like. I've tried some of the like $20 ones that you can get at Walmart, and I do not like them. They're weird, they're hard to use, and they don't really do what they're advertised to do. So this is already almost heated up. Just in there is the readout, and it's done. It's at 390. So because my hair is short and I don't want that triangle look, I'm only doing the top layer of my hair, and then I'll go through and just do the bottom that shows through, but I won't actually curl the bottom layer of my hair. So once again, just brush it out. And this is where, if you're gonna part it, you need to part it now. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the side part, but I might I don't know. It's kind of long enough that I could probably go for the center part. I used to love curling and doing the center part, but then I got it cut and they put bangs in and side part cut it. I think it still needs to grow out before I can do the center part, so here we go. And I'm just going to clip this out of my way, just so it's not in my face. Oh, and this does come with like a glove to protect you from burning yourself while you're curling your hair. I always forget to use it, so I just be extra careful and hope I don't burn myself. And I like to start at the front. And I just take a piece about that big, place my curling wand, and wrap my hair around it. If you lay your hair flat like this, it'll make really nice curls, like super defined, and if you kind of twirl your hair and just kind of place it carefree around there, it'll make looser, like less structured curls. And you want this pointing, the end of the thing pointing like down and towards your shoulder kind of direction. I'm gonna brighten this because you can't really see my hair. It's probably gonna make my face too bright, but this is a hair tutorial, so. And yes, it looks kind of crazy right now, but that's okay because it's gonna fall before we get to spraying it in place. Take another piece, and just because I have a lot of flyaways and just get really frizzy hair pretty easily, I do brush out each strand before I curl it, at least on the top layer. If I have to do bottom layers, I don't bother brushing those out, but on the top layer I do. And I like to leave like an inch or so at the end of my hair that's not curled, and that kind of gives it that beachy, carefree feeling that most people want in their hair. I'm saying that because I've seen it around a lot. Oh, touch the barrel. Kind of let it cool off. And then let it hang. And just repeat. So these like ringlet curls are what happens when you lay your hair flat, but I'm gonna go ahead and do one that's not flat just so you can see the difference, because you might like the other way better. I just do these ringlet because my hair doesn't hold the curl very well unless it's that kind of super structured curl. But if you just like carelessly take your hair, kind of twist it a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, and then just like lay it down however it happens to land on the wand. And then you kind of get this slightly less structured curl, and you brush it out and it's a little more natural of a curl. But for this, the minute I get any kind of humidity or wear it for more than an hour, it's gonna fall completely flat, so I do the ringlet curls. So now that I've gone like all along the top layer, I'm just going to go along, and as you can see, like it's longer here in the front. So I'm just going to take pieces of this middle bottom layer and kind of curl those just on the bottom half to make them blend a little better. Now just run fingers through them because obviously they're looking a little too structured, and you want them to look a little bit more natural, or at least I do. Maybe the ringlet, like Shirley Temple look is what you're going for, but that doesn't work for me. And now I'll go in and just pick out more spots where it looks like there's a little too much straight hair showing through. And And I don't do any kind of pattern like backwards, backwards, forwards, forwards, or anything like that in the curls. But I do randomly put some facing the other direction, just so they're not all facing one direction. And then obviously when you brush your hair back, you don't want straight hair, so curl this piece too. And now I'll let those rest a little bit longer while I do the other side before I fine tune the back, because the back's so hard to do, you know? Okay, so now I'm going to grab a few pieces from the top to the back, but from the top. And this time I'm going to get curls on the back of my head. It's the hardest part of this whole thing. So you can see I just did like a couple of curls on the top layer, but it's still like all straight underneath. That's because the way my hair is cut, this back end is way shorter than all the hair in the front. So I do a couple of curls at this thickness, but it's too short to actually wrap around the barrel more than once or twice. So now what I'm going to do is turn this off. And this, you're done curling your hair. If your hair is like long, you can just repeat the process all over. But if you have hair that's angled like mine is, where it's shorter in the back and you can't wrap it around the barrel anymore, you're gonna have to switch barrels. So turned it off, gonna unplug it for safety reasons. And this is where having this heat-proof caddy comes in handy. If you don't have one of these and you don't want to pick one up, they're like 15 bucks, then just go ahead and you can use, like, I've seen different hacks on Pinterest for how to create like a heat-proof holder thing. So all I'm going to do is slide it into its little slot, because this has like little slots in here. So I'm just going to slide it in and hit the release button. Go in. This is hard to do while holding it up. Pull out the small barrel. And this is why we unplugged it, because we're going to place a new barrel on here. And obviously we don't want electrocution to happen. So place the smaller barrel, plug it in. I'm just going to turn that on. Let that heat up while I move this, because the bottom is touching my vanity, which is not heat-proof. So just because of the marble contact paper that I have on my vanity, it's not safe to put hot stuff on it. So that's why I had to move that. So now we're going to use the smaller one and do the same thing we did over here, where we pick straight pieces up and curl them, but it's the smaller one so it can wrap around a couple more times. And I will go ahead and turn so you guys can get some kind of view of this. This is always the hardest part. So I'll go ahead and start with what's just kind of towards the back. Tilted my mirror wrong. Now, as you can see, it's not perfect in the back, and that's fine, because this obviously isn't just how I wear my hair. Let me turn this off and unplug it. So now that it's curled, I'm just gonna run my fingers through it a couple times. I'm constantly pushing my hair back out of my face, even when it's not pinned back. So that's kind of how I disguise that the back isn't completely curled the way it's supposed to be. So now I'm going to take some Argan Oil, and you can use any kind you want. Right now I'm going through the Annular. It's this bottle that's too bright. So right now I'm using this brand. Whatever, you guys can't see it. But it's just Argan Oil. It's just what I have after I went through the last bottle of Argan Oil that I had. So I'm just going to take a little bit. You don't want too much because you don't want your hair to seem oily. Run it over my hands and then just run my fingers through my hair again. Don't go up to the roots, just go like the bottom 3/4. And it'll just keep like the ends from looking dry. It'll make your hair seem kind of soft and shiny. And underneath as well. And I like to give my hair a little bit of time to soak that up, just because my hair needs all the moisture it can get. Just anything that's left on my hands is getting rubbed into the ends. Okay, so once it's done, you have your choice of hairspray or mousse, depending on what kind of hold you want, what kind of look you want. I personally don't like hairspray. I have it because my wife wanted it. I think I used it like once or twice for a certain hairstyle I was trying out, like following a YouTube video. I am so sorry that you guys can hear everything that goes on upstairs now that I'm moved to the basement. So this is the Not Your Mother's Naturals Blue Sea Kale and Pure Coconut Water Sea Minerals Weightless Mousse. Touchable shape and shine with electrolyte minerals flexible hold. Just because I need a little bit of hold, but I don't really like the way extreme hold products make your hair feel crunchy. So I just take a little bit of that. So that's it for my how I get my curly hair. As you can tell, this is how it looks in a lot of my videos. It's just like messy and curly, kind of lived in. And then, you know, if I have a bad curl day, like this curl's kind of being weird, I just pin it back. Or if I just need something different, I pin it back. Make sure to give yourself some volume on the top if you need to. But yeah, that's just what I do. And you can literally do anything if you want to do like an updo that just has like curls hanging down. Then you can do that. Or just leave it down the way I normally do. I'm probably going to do something with it just because I am going to be running around. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see any other hair tutorials. Like I said, I can do how I get my crimped wavy look with a straightener, or how I straighten my hair, anything that you guys have seen, because I normally do the curls and I've been asked that multiple times, so finally did it. But if I wear any other kind of hairstyle and you want to know how I got it, just let me know. I'm always down to take up recommendations for videos. Yeah, and thanks for watching.